I think it's time to give up. I want to give up. I want to quit. I don't want to do this anymore. Don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. My name is Archana with Divine Soul Resonance, and I welcome each and every one of you to my channel with all my love and all my heart. And today on my channel, I'm inspired to bring forth a message for you. I'm hoping it's going to inspire you. I'm hoping it's going to give you something which helps you to continue to believe in your dream, to continue to put your energy with love, with excitement and hope. And why now? Why now? So for those of you who have been on my channel, you know I love to bring forth my personal experiences so that it can help you to relate to that, not something that's just read or someone else has done that's taking place in my life. And for those of you who are coming here new, you don't know, that's part of what I bring forth on my channel are my personal anecdotes, my personal stories, my personal unfoldment of my personal evolution, in hopes that it inspires you, perhaps gives you a few nuggets to open up those doors, to open up to the wisdom within you. So this is an interesting one, all right? This is very, very interesting. I've been on the spiritual path for quite some time, and now, yay, thank you so much, my loves. My channel's coming to 10K. I am supercharged and excited that it's finally coming to pass. It's been, it's every creator's dream. I'm on YouTube. Like, when is the channel going to grow? When is it's going to have its impact? Is it having an impact? So for the work that I do, I am wishing to impact others in a positive way and serve as this guiding light that awakens other people, that inspires other people, okay? And helps other people to express their authenticity. And if you don't know the back end story, I'm going to give a super quick back end story. I was in corporate and I quit all of that, and then suddenly went into the inner world, and let's dive deep, and who am I, and the whole existential crisis and what have you. And in discovering myself, and still am, like everybody else and an entrepreneur, is it really my path? Is what I'm really doing my path, or was it just for me? With all these trials and tribulations that each one of us experiences on this path, when we are wishing to express ourselves, I want to be an artist, I want to be a singer, I want to be a musician, I want to start my own business, I want to become, what have you in the corporate world, whatever your dreams are to express your uniqueness, your unique talents and gifts. On that path, my friend, tell me, have you not encountered obstacles and trials and tribulations? And we start this journey with all this enthusiasm and excitement and hope and wonderment. Nobody starts something new and saying, oh my gosh, I know I'm starting this thing and it's going to be a failure. No, we all start with this hope that it's going to be a success. So there's that energy of success that we're drawn to, that yes, I want my entrepreneurship, I'm just going to say entrepreneurship, my project, my baby project, to thrive, right? To thrive, to have a place in the world, to express itself in its full bloom. It's the flower coming to full bloom. And as the journey begins, there are a lot of challenges, there are a lot of obstacles, and for each one of us, those shows up in a different way. We overcome them. We overcome many challenges, and we keep taking those steps forward. But when do you know that, is it worth it for me to continue? Or maybe I'm just not cut out for this. When do you know that? I mean, I don't know. I didn't know. I am still believing that this is my path. There's a part of me in my heart that says, Archana, this is what you're meant to do. And what is this? If you'll ask me, Archana, what is this? In these moments, I'm drawn to bring forth something. Maybe overcoming my fear, like, am I sharing something that's going to be anything of value? I'm putting in time. Will people understand it? Does it even make any difference? What is the point? So fighting all those urges and resistances. in this moment, whether it's through tarot, whether it's through speaking this, or it's through energy healing. That is what my inner call is guiding me to now, in this now moment. Will I do this 5 years from now, a year from now? I don't know. So when I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I'm coming from, we come to this place of, should I do this? And why should I do this? Each of us, those who have been on this path of creation, have experienced this. I know that you have experienced that. And very recently in these months, and I want to say starting in March, April, I was guided to start new things, and okay, I'm going to launch my own course, and I'm beginning to write my book. Finally, it's coming out of the ethers again, like, yes, Archana, it's time to write the book. Okay, I'll get my courses online. How else can I expand my services? How else can I expand on that? And there's a part of me that was struggling with, maybe I should just find a job. Because this is not going to pay me that well, and it's not, and should I really quit it? So I'm really coming to this point on the quitting, and I'm really highlighting it for a very big reason, that even though I've been on this path for a while, and because the progress to me, the conscious mind, was very, very slow, with the amount of effort I put in, I felt the results were not matching. It was not matching. So the mind begins to doubt, like, is this my path? Is this really my path? And it's nice. Maybe this could be my hobby. But why am I believing that this is what I'm meant to do in the world and sustain myself, and not have to be dependent on another person? So I was really, starting January of 2023, I was really thinking, like, all right, I'm going to give it till summer, and then I'm going to see how things are moving, and maybe I will find a job, and I'll do this. I'll continue to do this. So there's a part of me that was feeling, and I'm getting emotional, I was feeling a little bit like it's dying. Like, you know, I had really hoped that this would be successful in my words of success by now. Why has it taken this long? It's been many, many, many years. Maybe I'm just not cut out for it. You know, maybe I'm just not that good to be successful. But that dream, what do I do with that dream? That dream, the girl who has that dream, that yes, this is what we're going to do. This is what we want to do. And this is going to be received with open arms. This is going to be received by so many people, that yes, because that's my part of my life purpose. I feel it in my heart. And then I talk to that girl and say, no, it's not happening. It's okay. We tried. And it was in April. And I'm going to bring that forth. It was in April. I felt called to start my Patreon. I'm like, okay, let's start this. I've seen other creators do that, so let me do this. And I started my Patreon. And I'm still getting the hang of it. I'm a single entrepreneur, one-woman entrepreneur right now. And this is not even my full-time work. I cannot do that. I have a family and I have other things. And so all these aspects in my life are needing attention, and trying to balance family, work, life, and this part, and trying to see, is it going to stabilize? Is it really going to, and I'm going to put it out there, is it really going to be sustaining? Okay. At the end of the day, yes, it's wonderful to have all of that. I do need a home. I do need to eat. I do need to have that. So I need to be able to do something that is going to sustain me on a physical level. It's as simple as that. Will this work sustain me? So the question that was irking me in the back of the mind, which I was kind of pushing away, and just doing this because it gives me so much happiness. So I'm like, okay, it is not going to sustain me. So therefore, I should find a job to do, and I should continue feeding my soul with what I am doing and bringing forth, because this really makes me happy. And in April when I started it, and I was still trying to figure out how Patreon is and how I'm going to set up and transfer the money. I promise I'm going to make this a short story because you're gonna love the next part of it. For those of you who are still here, for those of you who have clicked off, well, they were not meant to know this part. It's coming right up. So come April, I started this off, and my mom was visiting, and I was busy in the month of May, and then the graduations and all. I'm giving you a little bit of my family aspect of what was going on. So I didn't have time. I canceled all my clients. I canceled pretty much all my sessions, meditations, and healings that I do in the month of May. And I wanted to spend time with my mother because she was visiting me after 15, 16 years in the United States. And so I didn't pay attention to who is signing up as such on Patreon and who is not. Okay. Oh. If I tell you, and which is what I'm going to share with you, I have that person's permission to share this. I saw. Okay, so I have two tiers of on Patreon. Okay, one is silver, which is $5.55. You know, I love numbers, so I was drawn to it. Okay, 555. And the second one was I was getting a lot of angelic guidance, and I was seeing a lot of the sevens. So I already knew, all right, this one's gonna be $7.77. Okay, let's see if people are interested in it. I don't know. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm gonna try. Do people find value in what I bring forth? So I was a little bit nervous, but I took the plunge. Okay, this is the second plunge, okay, second big plunge. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. And when I started to see right away that people were signing, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, it felt good. It felt good. So making those $20, it was not about the $20. It was about that people are valuing my work. So understand on where I'm going with this, okay. So during that time, I saw that there was a big spike in my April. It was over thousands of dollars, and then the next month it goes down. I'm like, I don't know what is going on. I have to check Patreon. I'm like, how could there be thousands of dollars? It's just like a few, like it should be maybe $50 or $60. It's just been a month or so, and there are hardly that many people. So I'm like, okay, I'll deal with this later. And I move on, and come June, after the graduations, and one day we're binge watching girly movies with my daughter, and it was like, I think at 2 a.m. And I was not in the mood to meditate or any of that. So it was one of those days. I was in one of those moods, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna binge watch some girly movies. And at 1:30, I just get this boom in my heart. I'm like, you know what? I need to go check what's going on my Patreon and figure all of that out. I can't expect other people to figure these things out for myself. I figured out YouTube. I figured out all of that. I figured out all these recordings and what have you. Arshana, you could do it. Okay. So I start looking at it. I start looking at everything, and I'm like scratching my head. Who is this person who paid over thousands of dollars in here? It's like a big number. I'm like, oh no. I'm sorry, when you hear this video, I swear to you, this was what was going on in my mind. I'm like, oh my God, there's another person. And whenever I'm entering or paying someone, I have to make sure I have the right number of zeros, or did I mess up on the zero? Is it too much? Is it too less? I'm like, oh, I get to be careless with money in this way when I'm doing online transfers or what have you. And so what happened is, I'm like, oh no, this person has it's just, and it shows paid. I'm like, oh my God, this person must have just overpaid. So I'm like, oh no, what to do? So I send an email. I go to Patreon and I try to find, I'm like, is there a way I can message? I'm trying to look for that person's email. And this is all happening at 2 a.m. Okay, after watching Princess Diaries and Pretty Woman. And then I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, there is somebody, and I see the name, and I find an email address, and I know that's a male name. So, and it was in pounds that came in, and I'm like, okay. So I email and I say, I'm new to Patreon in the sense that I have not looked at it, and I apologize that I'm looking at it in mid-June, and that there must have been a mistake with the overpayment, and I'm very happy to refund the money to you. Okay. And thank you so much for your patronage and all of that. Just the way, and then boom, I went off to sleep. It was already so late. So I wake up in the morning I'm still groggy. Was it a smart move for me to binge watch movies? Yes, it was. So it was going to be one of those days where I'm just going to chill and I'm going to now meditate the next day. So I get a notification that there's a message in your inbox, and I look at that message. I open it up. It's from that gentleman, and he says, I hope I don't cry right now, angels. He says, Archana, this is not a mistake. I wanted to appreciate your work for what you do. And I didn't know any other way except to reflect it in the Patreon. And I hope that you're going to receive that. And I truly want to appreciate the work that you bring forth. What would you think? I should jump, right? Like, wow, I can't believe someone appreciated my work, and I got, so much for, I don't even know which video, was it this product? Was it this product? Was it that? Or was it that? Instead, I'm still in bed when I'm like rolling on my phone, and I just roll over on the side and I have a beautiful view from my window, and I have these flowers and trees and what have you. And I just cried. I cried probably for 30 minutes. And then I didn't respond. I needed my glasses and I wanted to sit. And I tried to sit with my feelings on, why am I crying? Was it the money? I have a beautiful home. I am well supported here. I have plenty. What was it? What he wrote, and he says, I hope it touched your heart. I wanted something to uplift your spirit. Those were the words. I wanted something to uplift your spirit. It did. It was a confirmation coming in from the universe that, Archana, what you're doing matters. You don't worry about the bank balance. We got you. We got you. He's a very amazing gentleman. My heart was filled, and I sat there. You generally see me do my recordings. I'm going to get into doing the 8/8 recordings after this, but I wanted to do this now. I write to him, and I'm such a talker, so I write, and we have a time difference because he's in UK, and then I get a response back, and very nice, very sweet, and he's such a gentleman. I got such good vibes. I have no idea. So far, I have no idea who he is. Okay, this is gonna blow your mind because I'm going to screech because the little girl in me was like, wow. So yes, I had a celebrity. And I didn't know. I was just being me. I was just talking the way I talk to my kids, the way I talk to my friends, and I talk to anybody. I had no clue who this person is, okay? Except that there's a benevolent being who appreciates my work. Oh my God, finally, yes. And it doesn't mean that I don't like the loves and the hugs. Oh, there's a butterfly right there. I don't know if it came through here in the camera. And it's not that, but this was showing up in a physicality. It's showing up in the physical form. Remember, my whole doubt was, is this sustainable? Will I be able to make money and not be money minded? So there's a lot of push and pull with the type of work I do. Like taking money for spiritual work should be free. So I struggle with this, the good wolf or the good wolf and the bad wolf, like constantly shuttling between these two. I don't know how to manage it. And that's part of my journey, to find that balance, to release that guilt, to be okay to receive the money, to be okay to be wealthy, okay? To be okay to allow the abundance to come in, that it guilt-free. So my journey has been about the guilt, okay? And about forgiveness of the self. Talk for another time. We can't make this into a long video. Already is. But what I wanted to tell you is This was one of the most chivalrous people that I have ever met. Whether it's online, through that beautiful energy, a beautiful connection, and I felt there were so many emotions. And it wasn't the emotion of ecstasy is what I would have thought. Like, yes, like a kid, I would have been jumping around. Like, finally, somebody's appreciating my work. I didn't even ask for that money. And it came in like, yes, that excitement. You guys have seen me. Those who are here on my channel, I get excited. Is the child's energy just flows through me and it explodes. But I was very serious. I'm like, what? This was not what I expected. I thought I'd be ecstatic. There's a lot of emotions. It took me to the depths. So we had this exchange, and then I'm so happy, and then I am grateful. And he was so nice. He goes, I'm so grateful that you're accepting it. And then in my exuberance, in my happiness, in my overflowing gratitude for the universe, for everything, and to God, that you've sent someone here on earth at this time in my life to show appreciation to me, to tell me that my work matters. And for that, dear God, that spark is reignited. So I talk about the spark. So I tell him, I don't want to give the name yet, because that's the great surprise. It's like the child who just can't wait to tell you what was in that gift. Hey, but you have to wait. No. I'm not going to let off that easy. For those who have gone, bye. For those who are here, yes. So then I say, okay, I would like to gift you one of my services. So, you can do reading, you want to get a chakra healing, a chakra, or you want to get like a personalized journey meditations, all the things that I love to do with people. So I said, I know you're not expecting this. So he writes back to me, I wasn't expecting anything, but I'm also opening myself up to receive. And I'm like, good. So I'm also opening here to receive, and I accept your beautiful energy that came in, with the money that came in, with graciousness, and I accept it with all my heart. Thank you for appreciating my work. And he accepted, and he says, okay, whenever you have free time. So mind you, these words are very important. Whenever you have free time, we can schedule a mini reading. And with the amount I like to talk, I'm like, mini readings are so hard for me. I'm like, okay. I'm like, no, we are going to, please plan for 1.5 hours. We are going to do full-fledged 1 hour reading plus, and then we'll give some more time to chit chat and all of that. And, so then I ask him on what he wants, and then I'm like all excited, and I'm like, okay, let me know a day before so that I can get my cards ready. The long readings, I get into energy, and then I like to see what your highest self is telling me, and I pick up the decks according to what comes to me, not from the mind, intuitively. So then, by the way, I ask him, oh, what do you do? I mean, I always love to ask, my clients, okay, what do you do? And he goes, he is a singer-songwriter. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, and I'm like being so like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh yeah, I get a lot of singers and songwriters and musicians on my channel. I've worked with few, and I've done even, coaching with them. So here I am, tittle-tall, I'm going on and on about, yeah. I work with musicians, I work with artists. I draw a lot of artists to me. I get a lot of musicians to me, and singers also. And that's it. And I'm busy because I have to move my daughter. And I'm like, okay, we schedule something. And boom, it was actually Wednesday. It's so funny that I'm doing the recording today and I was thinking about him, because this is exactly what happened, because I was doing the video as I'm going to introduce his name. And I was going to be doing the reading the way I normally do, and I do it over Zoom. So we were going to do it here. I'm like, SHIT, and I'm like, and my husband saying, what's going on? I'm like, oh my God, the gardeners are coming today. And I scheduled something. I said, this is a gift reading. Even worse that I have all these gardeners making all that noise in the garden. What do? I'm not set up indoors. Everybody's working indoors and they're so loud. So I'm like, oh, breathe, Archana, we still have 3 hours, we'll figure something out. So I quickly move into a room and just pull all the family pictures out and put up some mandala behind me, and just have like a very, very makeshift indoor environment, at least, which has a door and that can be shut. Okay, so I set up, and we start our Zoom session, and it was amazing, and he was indoors, and it was wonderful. I loved it. And because I already knew he's a singer-songwriter, so what I saw in the background was all these amazing, I could see the musicians, all the things, and he had a great vibe. So it was, and he's such a gentleman. He started with, I want to, appreciate you for taking the time, and I like your work. Such a good validation for a person coming in, and of course I apologize. I'm like, oh my God, you sent that in April, and look at me responding to you in middle of June. What must have you been? In my mind, I'm thinking, I wonder what he was thinking. Like, I didn't even say a thank you. I'm like, I'm just going about my business, not even. So there are many layers to this message, my friends, many layers to this message. And then we finish doing our reading. We have this wonderful exchange about the wands and what have you, laughter. And when it's done, it was almost time for me to get going because I had another appointment. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, before you go, give me a link to your song or something, so I can, I want to listen to one of your songs. I want to listen to one of your songs. And I'm like, okay. So he was telling me a name on where he started the journey and how that song is important to him. And then another song, which was a little bit later in the journey. Okay. So I'm like, okay, wait. I'm going to forget. If you tell me, and this is how I'm talking, right? And this is still recording on Zoom. I'm like, oh, let me bring my phone and let me start looking right now. And when I'm waiting for the appointment, I'll listen to your song. And he gives me the name. And now it's time. It's Craig David. Craig David. You may know him. I hope you do. He is such a renowned artist in UK, and when he told me the name of one of the songs, I looked at it and he says, that was when I was 18, and I looked at it, my eyes popped out, and I said, over 69 M for million views. And I look at him, I'm like, Craig, you are popular. This is 69 million views and all of these songs and millions of followers, and I'm like, whoa, I was blown away. I was just blown away. I was blown away. And thank you, Craig. Big shout out to you. Thank you for appreciating me. Thank you for appreciating my work. And that makes me happy. That happy is such a... You're a singer writer, right? So I hope you get a better word than just happy. It's soul happiness that I can't express, Craig, on many layers on what you served. The money serving as God used you as a conduit. God used you to come into my life, to reignite that spark, with you giving me that boost and saying, you can do this indoors and the vibe. And then I'm stalking you, right? Now I'm going on a social media and I'm like, holy, wow. And look at me. I didn't even know the person was a celebrity. And on many layers, I thank God that I didn't know you were a celebrity, that I could be me. I could see you for you. I could give you. I could give you the part of me that is going to give to everybody, irrespective of your name, your status, or what have you. But what I loved with our connection was the genuineness that came through you, the appreciation, and a good soul. And I wrote that to you, right? I feel like I know you. It's just like, is it a soul contract that you came into my life to inspire me at this time? Because I am inspired, Craig. I am inspired that you've written the book and you have something with the number 2 too. So I have to get the book, I have to get the album, I have to listen to all these songs. It's on my Spotify now. I listen to one song every day of yours. There are 2 or 3 that are my favorites so far. And I told you about them. And to me, this was such a serendipitous meeting. And I am truly grateful to you, Craig, for appreciating, and for all of you, my beautiful viewers. The many layers of this message is, along our journey, we don't know what plan God has for us. We don't know who is in your energy field. I've had other celebrities too, but I'm not privy to share their name. Well, I checked with Craig and he goes, yes, absolutely, Archana. And thank you for that, Craig. I do thank you for that. And I feel blessed, then honored, and it gave me more of an inspiration to continue to do what I love to do. I must do what I love to do. And not worry about and not attach myself to the results or to the who, because it will come. I told you, Craig, right? I was crying and the feeling was, I hope you watched that movie, right? You were going to watch the movie. The feeling was, I had seen the movie with Jodie Foster, Contact, just a week before. And that was the feeling I got. I can't express that. God chose you. So it was, to me, it was the universe saying, we love you, Archana. We love what you do. So don't let the doubt, don't let the hard work where you have put in and you feel like it's going to waste, because that's what I felt. Like I put in a lot of time, it feels like it's going to waste. It's not appreciated. So there must be people out there like me. I'm just one soul here, right? In the millions and billions of planet here. That if you believe in a dream that's in your heart, you know you're meant to do this. No matter what the struggles are, no matter what the roadblocks are, God will have a plan. God has a plan. He'll put people, destined events in your path. They're going to help you. Maybe to inspire you. Maybe to give you that ray of hope. Maybe to bring some warming to your heart. And yes, Craig, you told me use the money that's going to, lift your spirit. So the first thing I'm like, okay, I'm going to get an indoor mandala for myself, from what Craig gave. And then I bought 4 decks for 8-8. So that's courtesy you. Thank you. I used that money to buy 4 decks for the channel, and the rest I am going to go buy another one of my cosmic, and this time in gold, my Guru Cosmic mandala to wear, so this energy emanates for all of you. So thank you. Wow, this was such a soulful experience for me, and I'm like, I'm such a small-time spiritualist here. Actually, I'm not a small-time spiritualist. But my friend corrected me. That's where you are right now. You're a spiritualist. And stay with that, Archana. And he's right. And I just have only told 2 people. And now I'm sharing this with all of you. It warmed my heart. And it warmed my soul. That the universe loves me and that this is my path. So what I will do with this, I don't know, but I'm inspired, and that's where you may have seen a lot of, for those who have been on my channel, may have seen a lot of the 777 activations, and suddenly I'm drawn to, I'll be bringing forth a lot of DNA activations and the 8-8 portal and what have you. So there are many more things, but the key message over here was deep gratitude to the universe, to the path. So don't just quite give up yet. God has a plan for you. And you don't know who God chooses next to bring either hope, abundance, prosperity, connection. And I was not looking for that. I was not looking to connect with celebrities or what have you. I don't know. I was just sharing. So where that energy is reaching, who it's reaching, that's not my doing. That's what God is opening up to other people and connecting us. So for those of you who have these dreams and these, I've gone through a period of struggle. Believe me, I feel that. I know that. How many times I wanted to quit. And then suddenly, you never know, you get a Craig here, right? Craig, I have to send you a message. I've never seen a live concert. Okay, I'm what, 54 now. I mean, it's on my bucket list. My time's gonna get up, okay? So I'm hoping one of these days, either you're performing in the United States or I fly to UK and I watch you. It would be wonderful to watch a concert, to hear you live. I love your music. I do. I'm being honest. I do, actually. Very inspiring. Very nice lyrics you have. I love it. And I'm sure there are, of course, others agree, right? That's why there are millions of people who like it. Thousands and thousands of others. But I truly feel that. And hopefully one of those days, and when I come there for the concert, I don't know if I can afford the front one, but I'm hoping this our connection, that I'll buy the ticket for the back and you'll let me come up to the front, because that would be my first experience for a concert. I've never attended a live concert. Now my kids go there, I'm like, you know what? I love pumping music. I love loud music. I love the whole excitement of music, and I can't believe I've not gone to one. So maybe, universe has this. This is one of my wishes, one of things on my bucket list, angels. I would love that. So I hope this has served to bring hope, some inspiration, and be hopeful for perhaps a wonderful Craig David to show up in your life, and so much gratitude and so much reverence came when I was reading about him on Wikipedia yesterday. I'm like, what is an MBE? I have an MBA. What is an MBE? To hear the chivalry order and being a member of that and being recognized for that work. I mean, you're a true inspiration to me. Craig, thank you for showing up in my life, and thank you for being a part of this. And I send you many blessings. May you continue to thrive. You have such amazing influence. May you influence with your words. May you influence with your beautiful energy. And may you always be happy and content. And to all my beautiful viewers, I hope this inspires you and brings some hope and some fun and some excitement. And stay true to your heart and your dreams. So this is Arshna here. I love you all. And I'm going to talk to you soon. Take care. Namaste.